China's exports to the U.S. plunged to the lowest in 5 years in May, by 34.5% in dollar terms from the previous year, as the effects of U.S. tariffs kicked in, according to the Chinese customs data released on June 9. China's imports from the U.S. dropped over 18%, resulting in a decline of China's trade surplus with the U.S. by 41.6% from the previous year to $18 billion. However, the overall value of China's exports rose by 4.8% in U.S. dollar terms in May from the previous year, according to the Chinese Customs Agency. The export figure fell short of Reuters' forecast of 5% growth. ING's chief economist for Greater China Lin Song said that May's figures were likely to be affected by the peak tariff period, adding elevated risk remains given the uncertainty about trade talks. Song said that China's acceleration of exports to countries outside the U.S. helped to prop up overall export figures. Exports to Southeast Asian nations surged by 14.8% in May from the previous year, with countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia seeing significant increases in imports from China. Exports to Africa grew by 33% and grew by 14.7% to the EU over the previous year. China's trade surplus widened sharply to nearly $103 billion in May, up from almost $82 billion in May last year. The U.S. has accused China of transshipment goods through Southeast Asian countries into the U.S. Vietnam and Thailand have pledged to crack down on transshipment. Exports data of the two countries to the U.S. in May have not been released.